Yeah. I'm the plug. You either built for it or you not. Ain't no in between. On the plug, I don't talk it, I lived it. Every loss turned a man more gifted. Real game, you can't buy, you gotta get it. From the pain where the pressure start hitting. Yeah, the cold don't bend. Stand tall, never fall for a friend. If it's real, then it's real to the end. I just speak what I know, I don't follow no trends. Yo, came up where the winds feel real. With a weight on your chest, nobody don't care. Had to move on my own, couldn't wait on help. Had to build my name, couldn't hate on self. Seen a fake smile right through they grin. Had to cut that off just to lock back in. Every move calculated, I don't act off feel. If it don't align right, then it ain't that real. I was down, had dirt on my name. Now I stand on respect, I earn my lane. Ain't no shortcuts taking on this route I chose. Had to walk through fire just to play my role. Of the blood, I don't talk it, I I'm the blood. When I speak, there's a weight on it. I'm the blood, yes, weight on it. Yeah, yeah. Every word, put some pain on it. Yeah. Real talk, I don't play on it. If it ain't real, I don't stay on it. I'm the blood. Yeah, stand for real. 10 toes, I don't ever kneel. Big facts, let the truth reveal. I just talk, I live. That's the deal. Came up with a nice, felt long. Had to get it on my own, couldn't wait too long. Seen love turn fake when the lights went dim. That's why I keep it solid, I don't move like them. Every loss turn gain, I adjust it quick. Had to tighten my circle, cut the extra off quick. Now I move with intent, every step got aim. If it don't add value, I don't entertain. Don't speak on nothing I ain't lived before. I don't open doors I ain't kicked before. Now the voice got weight when I hit that mic. Cause the life I talk, yeah, I pay that price. I'm the plug, yes, weight on it. Every word, every word, put some pain on it. Hey, real talk, I don't play on it. If it ain't real, I don't stay on it. I'm the plug, yes, stand for real. 10 toes, I'll never kneel. Big facts, let the truth reveal. I just talk, I live. That's the deal. Yeah.
Pressure make a man
Or break the man. With the grind do slow when you stay locked in and you trust that road. They gon' doubt till they see that glow, then they double back like they always know. But I move on time, I don't rush that. Built this from scratch, I don't bluff that. Every scar, yeah, I earned that. Now the truth hit hard when I drop that. No cap in my talk, no gimmick flow, just real life bars from a real life code. If you feel that pressure, then you feel my pain. Turn it all to power, now run my lane.
on the plug, yes, weight on it.
Every word, every word.
Every word, put some pain on it.
Oh.
Real talk, I don't play on it.
If it ain't real,
I don't stay on it. I'm the plug.
yes, stand for real. 10 toes, I don't ever kneel. Big facts let the truth reveal. I just talk, I live. That's the deal. On the plug. Whoa. Wait on it.
Weight on it, weight on it.
Wait on it. Wait.
Weight on it, weight on it.
Wait on it.
Weight on it.
On the plug.
What's happening, family? What's happening, family? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, man? Back on another Sunday morning. Y'all know what time it is. It's story time, man. Got a wonderful one for y'all this morning. A wonderful one for y'all this morning. Hey, first and foremost, man, I want to tell every man that's in here, every man that will fall in here, happy Father's Day. Happy Leaders Day. Happy positive male role model day. And that's every day. Because we should be celebrated. The men should be celebrated, especially the ones who take care of their children. The ones that actually take care of their children. Hey, should be celebrated. Should be celebrated. Let's go and get this out of the way real quick. OLP from In Too Deep. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, my brother. Meryl, good morning, Meryl. How you doing? How you doing? Good morning, ma'am. How you doing? Oh, Flip's in the building. What's going on, GM of the team? What's happening, my brother? How you feel? I'm good to have you in here, boy. It's been a minute since I had you in here. Good to everyone. Good, everyone. Good, everyone. Welcome back to a story time with Uncle Plugg. This is episode 8. Episode 8. 8 is the infinity sign. It's the infinity sign. And this right here, oh man. How everybody doing? Hold on. They say you only view. What's that? You only view? What's that mean? What that mean? I'm In Too Deep. Coco's in. Like, comment, and subscribe. How you doing, Coco? Welcome. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Yeah. Man. I had a wonderful week, man. How everybody week was. I had a wonderful week. It was a long, hard week. It was long and hard. I had a lot going on this week, man. A lot of work going on this week, man. A lot of people have been showing love, allowing me to service them at the barbershop. A lot of people was coming in this week, allowing me to serve them today. And I thank them as well. All those amazing fathers who give me stories of their children and stories of their days and stories of their careers. It's a beautiful thing behind that barber chair. It's a beautiful thing behind that barber chair. And I am fortunate to be one of the men who get to indulge in those stories. You know what I mean? Like you got people who complain about some of the, the most righteous things. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a complaint. It's just voicing how it makes them feel, man. They really get pulled in different directions. But one thing, and I told about 5 of them this week, I say, I don't want to say this as if like I'm special or something, but most that do rock with me, most that do genuinely rock with me, I have always been watching their lives ascend. Like, even I'm talking about even my best friend, my brother. I didn't watch them from not even having a job to now holding down a job for over, substantial amount of years, man, and watching him just grow and being a great father, great dad. Both of his children are in the military. He had twins, a boy and a girl, and they're often living life and doing what they're supposed to do. That's success. When your children can find themselves, your children isn't, behind bars or in the ground, you're doing the best that you know how. That's the best thing about it. You know what I'm saying? It's the best thing about watching your children grow, watching them find jobs, watching them get their first apartment or first home and getting their first car, and you see them get it off of their own merit, or you just had to, help them out just a little bit, watching the success grow of your children. That's some of the best success. And all in all, having a relationship, it doesn't have to be the best relationship where y'all talk to them 5 or 6 times out of the week, but you don't miss too many days, too many weeks without hearing from your babies. You know what I mean? And that's a wonderful thing, being that I have no biological children of my own. I still have, they still hit me up, my young soldiers, my nephews, my sons, they still hit my phone and tell me thank you and happy Father's Day and have a great week, and they check in on me, and that's a wonderful thing. And one of my I say he's my brother, but he's not of blood, but nothing could make us even closer. I've known this man since like 1992. and his mother was dating my father, and my dad called me just to tell me that, man, he called him and say, man, you know, man, I love you, man. And that right there just is a beautiful thing as well. That person that you look up to, that you can get advice from, and one that can help you grow into a better being, that gave you the tools when you was younger to be a better human being and be a better man standing on 2 feet, 10 toes. You know, that's a wonderful thing. You know, much love to the fathers out there. Much love to the mothers as well. But this is Daddy's Day, so we gonna give Daddy his props. You know what I'm talking about? Good morning, First Lady. Good morning, Soft Ray. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Now, before I get into this story time, real this one here is kind of different. It says the title of it is "It's Gonna Take Two to Replace Me." You know, that's just a testament to my hard work and effort. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna sugarcoat that. I'm you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a hard working joker. When it's time to get in the paint and handle business and take care of what's mine, can't nobody deny me that I'm for real, man. I put it about a good 55, 60 a week. I mean, a week easy work. You know what I mean? It ain't for the squeamish. It ain't for the squeamish. You feel me? So yeah, so getting into this story time right here, you know, I'm still at the restaurant. Now I also want to tell you that I was getting a little lax. In my hustle life. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't as militant as I was because it was so sweet on this side. You know, if you're not familiar with the Four Corner side of Florida where I was living. It was sweet on that side. I can't lie. It was super sweet before it got crowded, before it got to where it is right now in this point in time. Man, it was sweet over there. I can't even lie about it. You know what I'm saying? I can't even lie about it. It was sweet on that side of town. You feel me? Like there was nothing, you know, that couldn't be done. What's up, BG? Welcome in. Happy Father's Day, my brother. Happy Father's Day. Yeah. And it was sweet on that side. I truly was running amok over there. Like, it was sweet. And I told you how everything was set up. Like, when you're coming off of Highway 27, getting on Highway 192, going down to 192, when you get to that first light, when you pass that first light, you're no longer in Polk County anymore. Now you're in Osceola County. And then when you get down to the next light, and if you make a U-turn at that Wawa, there's now you're in Orange County. And then when you get back to that same light, that original light, you're now in Lake County. So that jurisdiction on that particular road was crazy work. And once I learned that, you know, hey, y'all ain't got no jurisdiction. So where I worked at was on Osceola side of the road, but where I began to explore, you know, where I was buying the pitchers of beers from my coworkers, my cooks in the restaurant, was on the Orange County side of things. Now, even though it's Orange County ain't really patrolling that side like that. A lot of cops may not even know that that's their jurisdiction. Well, back then probably wasn't familiar that was their jurisdiction. So we got away with a lot. Like, no cap. We got away with a lot on that side. And this particular time, your boy was ripping and running. You know, I had me a nice home. I was living in Davenport. I had a nice home, a 3-2, probably about 1,1700 square foot, pool in the back. You know what I mean? Just fully furnished, man. It was laced up, man. I really like actually getting into, like, this was my first house I was renting, but this was my first house that I've rented. You know what I mean? Like, I was in Legacy Park, and I stayed in the only gated place in there. Like, the only gated, like, it's like 5 or 6 different sections to Legacy Park, and I lived in the only gated one, all the way to the back in the left. So nobody absolutely knew where I lived. But let me tell you how I got there. I'm gonna tell you how I got there, because I was living in the townhome that I told y'all I was down right there. I was right there about, you know, from this section to that section. My mother lived right there at the corner of that section. So, you know, the entire time, the way I was moving was good, because I never was in and out, in and out, in and out. I wasn't in and out. I did it on that side of town, Osceola side of town, you know. It was, I was never an in and out type of person. So when I left, it was an accumulation of orders that I had that people had made, and I'll go and take care of them one at a time. You know what I'm saying? So I never moved as if anything. If you was on the outside looking in, it never looked like I was doing anything. Like, real talk, because I definitely didn't want to do anything that would get me messed up. You know what I mean? On that side of town, while my mother was down the street. Like, come on, man, tighten up, cuz. Tighten up, cuz. Tighten up now. So the gentleman that was staying with me, his name was Chaz, right? At the time, I didn't know that Chaz had a pill problem. You know what I mean? But he was a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he had a pill problem. Everything was working out. You know, he lived there. You know what I mean? He was rarely there too, because, you know, unbeknownst to me, he was out hustling, trying to do his thing too. He was out hustling, trying to make things shake, trying to make things move as well. He was hustling as well. So this particular night, I was off, didn't have nothing to do. So I was chilling. You know what I'm saying? I was just chilling, didn't have nothing to do. He was gone pretty much all day. I think me and my the chick at the time was just at the crib, just parlaying. We're just chilling, probably just watching some movies and just relaxing. It was an off day, we was chilling, you know, ain't nothing to do. So later on that night, I go out to smoke cigarette, and I'm sitting outside, I'm smoking my cigarette. It was this cool dude, man, from Georgia. I forgot what portion of Georgia he was from, but he had these two big ass pit bulls. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about big ass pit bull, blue nose too, them were pretty. So he came down, and I got to meet him. We were chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? We smoked the poke together and just sat outside and chopped it up, this, that, and the third. Told him a little about myself. He told me a little about himself. We just sat there and we just cool. So this particular night, you know, we hung out there a little bit, and then I went back in the house. I went, we was cool. I'm trying to remember exactly what had went down in between when the chaos happened, but let me tell you how the chaos happened, right? All right. Buddy come late that night, and he's sweating. He's sweating. I'm talking about he's sweating. I don't know what's wrong with Buddy. I'm like, hey man, what's going on with you, man? What's going on? And I had been telling him, I was like, man, look, if you're gonna do what you do, don't bring it here. Like, regardless, like, don't even bring it here, because as soon as you come into the actual community, you make that sharp right around the guard shack. We're right there. Like, right there. We on Front Street. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be smart enough to know when you on Front Street, hey, choose wisely, act accordingly. Duh. So this dude goes, he comes back, he's sweating. I'm like, man, what's going on with you, bro? He like, nothing, man. Just had some stuff going on, and everything that went left. Okay. So he comes around, and he has this duffel bag that he pulls out of his mom's car. He said, I'm gonna drop this off, and I'm gonna drop my mom's car off, and I'll be back. I'm like, all right, bet. It's a whole lot of clank, 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 clanking in there. I'm like, man, what you got going on? He said, don't worry about it, man. We straight. Boom, 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 boom. We took it up to his room, came down, boom. I'm thinking to myself, like, I need to put this man out of my house. I need to put this man up out of here. I need to put this man up out of here, man. Because on this side of town, I'm unknown. I don't need no eyes on me. I don't need no pressure on me. I don't need nothing on me. I don't need no heat on me. So he leaves, go to his mom's house. Sweet lady, Miss Linda. Sweet lady, Miss Linda. Beautiful lady. I love her spirit. So this dude comes back on foot, still sweating. And I'm like, man, what you got going on, man? He said, man, you go in my room? I'm like, nah, bro, ain't my business. He comes down, with 2 big bottles of Grey Goose, drops them down on the front, rolls back up, comes back down with 2 big bottles of Belvedere. Now, back then, Belvedere was my shit. Belvedere was my ish, but I ain't even lying. Like special occasion, we get ready to get down. I love me some Belvedere. I didn't play no game about that Belvedere. You understand me? I love my Belvedere with some cranberry. Oh yeah, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna chill, man. Sometimes, but I'm feeling a little froggy, I'm gonna throw a little pineapple juice in there too. You know what I'm saying? A little vodka, cranberry, and pineapple juice. You know what I mean? Like a little sippage. You know what I mean? And go over my poke real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just to ease my mind. You know what I mean? And relax. So the next morning, you know, me, I told you I used to wake up, boom, hit the news, watch the news, this, that, and the third. Come to find out that the liquor store was robbed. And not just any liquor store. This liquor store is like, you to leave out of our community, we got to go and hit a U-turn at the next little exit. There's a little community called Bass Lake right here. And then when you go past Bass Lake, there's, you know, those are like trailer homes. And then there's some homes right here. And that's called, I think, Lake Davenport Estates. Then you pass the gas station. Now the gas station is damn near adjacent to our where we are. So you got to go up the road a little bit, hit a U-turn. It's a plaza right next to it where there's a bank, there's a bar called 19th Hole, and then there's a liquor store. This fool hit this liquor store on this highway, close to, bro, you got to be sharp when you're a criminal. Some of the dumbest criminals alive. Bro, you got to understand that when new properties are being built and new investors are coming into this area, the first thing they're going to install is cameras. Stupid. Now, there was this guy that he hung out with. Can't recall his name. But the young black dude has a Lincoln. It was not a Lincoln Town Car. It was like a Mark 8. If y'all know y'all recall what a Mark 8. It was like a Mark 8. But I drove a white Chevy Caprice LTZ. Okay. Now, in the dark, if you're not familiar with cars, I know cars, so they don't look similar to me. But to somebody untrained eye, they look similar. Okay. So I find out, I say, this fool to hit the liquor store. So I call him down, tell me, we need to talk, boy. Hey, boy, I know this ain't you, boy. He said, yeah, bro. I had to do something, man. My money is funny, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. I said, bro, have you gotten off of that? Like, do you know where you're going to get off of that at? But it was like, man, I don't know, bro. I'm just gonna find out, man. You know, I might just go to a couple bars. What? I'm about to go to a couple of bars? I say, bro, let me tell you something. I think it's time for you to get ready to get up out of here. Right? And I know it's like early in the month, and he'd already paid me that portion of the rent. So I'm gonna let him stay for the rest. But after the rest is done, he's got to go. I say, bro, I had a stern talk to, like real talk, like step down on him, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Step down on buddy, man, because we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do no stealing, no way. You know what I'm saying? And let alone doing robberies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then coming back here. Like, dog, if this had happened and had you not come back here for 3 days, so I just told him, dog, I don't want none of this, man. I don't want nothing. Don't leave a bottle in here, nothing, man. I don't want none of this, bro. Because you don't understand. You don't understand how they get down here. You from Philly. This is Polk County, bro. You could pull this type of stuff in Philly, but not in Polk County, bro. They don't play over here, boy. They don't play over here, my boy. We won't play them games like, man, Grady Judd ain't to be played with, bro. Anybody from Polk County know, man, Grady Judd ain't to be played with, my boy. At all, bro. So, there was these 3 kids, but and their uncle, I thought was like their older brother, but it's really their uncle. He's like the baby boy to the mother. He was their uncle. And those were his sister's kids. and they came up from West Palm Beach. What's up, Too Tight? What's happening, my brother? Welcome in, bro. We just get to the a little bit of the meat of the show. All right. So they came up from West Palm Beach. The dude worked there inside of that Kangaroo gas station across from us. There was a Subway in the back. Now, I happened to run into his mother and his sister at the Walmart. You know what I mean? And I don't know how it happened. But his sister actually asked me for some weed. And I like asked me, you know where you can get some weed at on this side? And I was like, yeah, I got a homie, you know what I'm saying? But he stay in Osceola. I'm telling her, like, he stay in Osceola. So it wouldn't bring it back to me. I said, but I can go holler at him for you. I say, I thank you, brother. I appreciate you. You back at you, my brother. Back at you. Happy Father's Day, my brother. Happy Father's Day. So I'm telling them, like, yeah, he said, you too on in too deep. I mean, too tight. And then so I was telling them that I had a guy that was in Osceola. I said, I get him, I can go holler at him and see if I can get you something. Boom. And that's how me and those two linked. That's how we linked. So, but I didn't know that was their little brother. I didn't know they was even related. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't even know they was related. So I go and talk to Buddy. I'm up there buying a sandwich, you know what I'm saying? Probably getting a Subway club, you know what I mean? Just give me a sandwich for the night, bag of chips, just to eat, whatever the case may be. So I'm talking into him, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to him, and he was like, man, he was like, your name Plugg? I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, man, I think you know my people. I'm like, who your people? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, welcome into the show, Souls. What's up, my boy? And then he was like, yeah, man. He was like, yeah, you know my people. He had said their names. I was like, oh, yeah, I know them, and they're good people. All right, bet. And he was like, man, you know where I can get like some weight. I'm like, I said, I don't really know like that. I said, I probably go get a sack or two. You know what I'm saying? I said, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Let me holler at my people and see what's going on. I'm trying to throw them off the track because I don't know, buddy. You know what I'm saying? And then one thing about it is, if you come from that side and you got like hit, you know what I'm saying? And like you went to jail, did a little time, and now you out here trying to do right. You know what I'm saying? Like you out here trying to do right. And he seemed like a cat that had gotten in trouble a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? And that's what goes down in Palm Beach. And whenever I see somebody move away from an area like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, just South Florida in itself, from Belle Glades on down, when I see that you came from there up here, I already know you probably been into some trouble. And now I see you working a job, that means you trying to turn over a new leaf. And now you got these two women in the house with these three children in the house. At the time, that's what I thought. But I told him, I said, man, you know what? I'll pull up and I get the feel for you, whatever the case may be, so I can go holler at my dog. He was like, all right, bet. So I pull up, I think on one of my days off a week after, I pull up to the crib. We sit around, and not just 3 kids in the house. There's 7 kids in the house. 2 of them are his, and I guess the grandmother's brother grandbabies are there too. So there's 3 of her brother's grandbabies. Her kids are this young lady that I met and this dude. I think his name was Marquise. I think his name was Marquise, and I can't remember little mama name. It'll probably pop up. It'll pop in my head. So, and the rest of the kids was between them 2. So it's 7 kids in the house. That means it's 10 mouths to feed at this residence. You feel me? So, you know, the grandmama got a little bread. The daughter, you know, whenever you see a mother and a daughter together, you know, they need each other. And just facts. Down there where I'm from, that's how I go. I don't know how it is anywhere else, but where I'm from, if you see a mother and a daughter, and let me stop this thing. If you see a mother and a father, mother and a daughter together, 9 times out of 10, they need each other. It just is what it is. on my walk of life, that's how it's been, and that's how I just explain things. It just is what it is. So we chopping it up, boom, 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 and I'm seeing that, you know, he telling me, yeah, man, you know, we was down at Palm Beach, you know, I'm trying to get away from there, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm trying to get away from there. So we up here trying to start something new. Now, these other 3 kids, they're a little older. They're like, at the time, probably 16, 17, 18. All right, bet. So now we get to know one another. Everything's starting to cool out. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see him move. I want to see how consistent he is going to work. So I'm sliding up to the gas station just for that. Now, instead of stopping at the one I normally used to stop at, the little 7-Eleven, now I'm stopping at this gas station. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to stop, come out all the way around, turn around, and then come all the way back to my neighborhood. That's why I don't stop there. But now I'm purposely stopping there to see if his car's there. Excuse me. See if his car's there and see if he's at work. You know what I mean? Because I need somebody. If you're gonna make hustling your main thing, like even at that time, that wasn't my thing. I love to kick me a paper trail. So I want to know if you're gonna be hustling, you know what I'm saying, if you're gonna be working and, you know what I'm saying, pitching a little bit, because I know y'all got mouths to feed and I know y'all want some nice things, whatever the case may be, then that's cool. But don't make this main thing your main thing, because really this ain't the side for that. And they live right over the bridge. Like right, like say at 27, where I can get off on 192 and then I'll be in Polk County. But if I continue to go straight right over the bridge, I'm in Lake County. So they're in Lake County, right over the bridge, over there by the Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So they in a pretty much this side of Claremont and Davenport, this was like nothing. It was nothing out there. You know what I'm saying? Like this is just recently built over the last like couple of years. Like this is just recently built. So it's new. So the homes look new. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. I apologize, y'all. My apologies. They did stay on Polk County side. They lived in Lake Davenport Estates. It was just in the back. But they lived in Lake Davenport Estates. And in between Lake Davenport Estates and where that store is, right in between where the store separates that plaza where the liquor store was robbed, that's called Polo Park. It's called Polo Park. No pun intended. Y'all know I love my polo. So that's where they lived. So it seems like they was in Lake County, but they're really on this side of Polk County. They're on the back side of like right there. They're like right there, but it's actually still Polk County right there. You know what I'm saying? So I go and check on him, check on him and see if he's going to work. Boy, going to work, he's pretty consistent. I'm like, cool. So we get together. I was like, man, I'll tell you this much for a cutie pie, whatever. Boom, boom. He's like, all right, bet. So gave him the cutie pie. You know what I mean? Got my bread. We straight. So come to find out that his little brothers, I would just say his little brothers, not his nephew, but his little brothers, they are trying to hustle too. So he's actually getting this work for them to move this work at school. I found out later. So one of the little homies that I was cool with his daddy, let's call him, I don't want to put it real name, let's call him Steve. I'm gonna call Steve. So Steve little boy is like a you know what I'm saying, is a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, you know what I mean, his son is doing his thug thizzle. He already hustling. Now, I don't know how did we link? I think we linked through Chaz. I think they was all playing basketball one day. I was riding the shooting hoops with him a little bit, you know, and I met him through Chaz. He's a senior in high school, but he was already doing his thing on the low. So I guess we linked, and he started. I didn't even know he was at school at the time. But he was a smooth little young nigga, you know what I'm saying? Smooth little young dude. And then we linked, he gets something from Chaz, you know, via me. You know what I'm saying? He gets something from Chaz via me. Now, these boys from West Palm, different from these boys up here. And on this side of Polk County, not deep in Polk County. That these things wouldn't happen deep in where I'm from. But up here, you know, it's a little light up here. See, we got two sides of Davenport. You got Davenport and you got Davenport. It's two different things. Four Corners, Davenport has nothing on, you know, 1792 Davenport. Two totally different monsters. You gotta know to know. Two totally different monsters. You know what I mean? So he's doing his thing on the low, busting moves, but he's soft. Pretty boy, ladies man. You know what I'm saying? Hustler. You know what I mean? D-boy from West Palm, some gorillas. Like them little boy, they bite that. If you got something they like, if they like that, they gonna slap you, take that. Take that, take that. That's what they gonna do. You feel me? Real talk. They own that. So word get back that little buddy getting picked on, getting his work taken. They taking his work. You know what I mean? Just muscling little buddy. So I go to intervene. So I go right to the house. I go and talk to both of them, tell them, say, hey man, listen, man, y'all got to stop putting y'all hands on little buddy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to stop trying, little buddy. Y'all got to go and do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? In peace. I can't stop y'all from doing what y'all gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Because if I don't give it to you, somebody else gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So I can't stop what y'all doing. You know what I mean? So, hey, listen, but you got to stop putting your hands on little buddy. They agree. They leave little buddy alone. Okay? But Chaz fired up about it because that's his little homie. That's his little dog. He been rocking with little homie for a long time. I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? You can be mad about it. Now, keep me out of it now. You know what I'm saying? Keep me up out of this hill now. If you so mad, you want to straighten them little boys or whatever the case may be, it is what it is. All right, bet. So in between this time, unbeknownst to me, after we had our conversation, two more liquor stores get hit. Boosh. Boosh. They get crashed. I ain't even got to look. I don't even care. Chaz and his cousin is hitting the liquor store. But they got the same MO. They just busting the glass door out. They busting the door out, going in, stealing the liquor, duffel bagged up, doing their thing. Da, 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 da. Now, he's a big guy. And he's a distinctively big guy. As soon as the camera footage come out of them inside the store, you know, if you a cop or if you were anybody with any fucking kind of common sense, you know when you see him, like, come on, man. Like, bro, you don't blend in. You's a very heavy set dude. You probably about 325, 330, 5'7". Italian guys ain't that tall. You feel me? So I'm already in the mindset of when this money's over, because all this is going down in weeks. Like this is going week 1, week 2, week 3. So this is what happened. I'm in the house. I'm asleep again. I think it's another off day. I hear late night. It's about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm hearing someone on the roof. I can't make this up. I hear someone on the roof. I get up. I go and check. I see some silhouettes of 2 guys running this way. I don't know who they were. I don't know who they were. I say, man, look, I don't know what the hell going on. I said, baby, we need to get from over here, you know what I'm saying, ASAP, because now they didn't, you know, this quiet little spot, low-key spot is starting to get loud. Like within months, within weeks, it's getting too loud over here. It's getting real niggerific over here, but it happens to be white guys. BSU not. This man got he's been on this side. He has a crew of little young, you know, YNs and YCs out here running around, running amok, my boy, running a muck. So I'm like, okay. So this particular night, I'm sleep, she sleep. Wake up the next morning. Boom, 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 boom. It's about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Come downstairs. Like, what's going on, officer? He was like, is anyone else here with you? I didn't know if he was there. We was asleep. So I said, yeah, my lady upstairs. He was like, oh, okay. So can I speak with her? Boom, boom. He come down. I'm sitting in the living room. She's standing by the stairs. And they was talking to her. You see anything? White girl, talk to her first. You don't get the information from her. You know what I mean? So they like, you hear anything, see anything last night? She was like, no, I didn't hear anything. We was asleep. We went to bed kind of early. This, that, and the third. All right, cool. About 30 minutes, they speak with us, and then boom, they dip. All right, bet. Go back up there. We go and sit down in bed. We talk. Man, we got to get up out of here. 2 hours after that, I get up. Boom, 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 boom on the door. So now I'm not going downstairs because I don't see no police cars through the window. I look out in the window. I'm like, hey, how you doing? She was like, yes, Mr. Such and such, such, such. She said, can I speak to you? And I'm like, okay. She said, yeah, I just want to let you know that we want to sever ties with you. You don't owe us anything. We don't owe you anything, but you have to go. I'm like, for what? She was like, we don't want to speak on it, but I said, no, you got to give me a reason. You got to give me a reason. You got to give me a reason to why you just put me up out of my spot for whatever reason. I've done nothing. I'm absolutely clueless. You know what I'm saying? I'm absolutely clueless to what's going on. She said, well, come by the leasing office and I'll show you why. I said, all right, cool. So I go upstairs, boom, throw on some clothes, boom, 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 meet her over there at the leasing office. I go to the leasing office. She brings me in the back. And when I see the video footage, the car that I see is not my car. The car that I see is not my car. But the car comes in and bags in next to a truck that's parked next to my car. So if somebody's in my spot, I just park down. I don't make a fuss. I just park down a little bit. So somebody was in my spot. I'm here. But the car that you see at the angle that the camera sees that car coming in and bagging down like I always do. I bag down. I always bag down. That's just what I do. I always bag in. So bag down the same way that I did. Okay. I'm like, okay. I was like, what does that have to prove? She said, that's your car. I was like, that ain't my car. Like, for real. Like, I'm like, if you want to look at the camera right now where my car is there right now. Like, no, that's not my car. She was like, no. She was like, no, this is that is not my car, baby. I'm saying, I'm sorry, that's not my car. Come to find out, let me tell y'all what happened. Because the lady say, all right, you have 72 hours to vacate the premises. She didn't want to talk. She's like, whatever's going on, whatever you got going on, we're going to get you up out of here. I'm like, this is crazy work. Hey, yeah, for real, bro. It was crazy work. Now, come to find out what happened and why these guys were on the roof. Tell y'all this story. Okay, so little buddy had said something slick. Chad's little young guy had said something slick to the West Palm boys. The West Palm boys go ahead and rough him up, bust his lip, you know what I'm saying, black his eye, beat him up, took his work. It is what it is. Chaz takes it upon himself like he wants to fight. He's ready to go. But no, he changes his mind, and in the wee hours of the night, I remember him showing me these things. They're like this big. They was called a silver slug. It's like bigger than an M80 firework, but it was smaller than a dynamite stick. I'm telling you, dog, I know they outlawed this shit since then. But what this dumbass did, let me tell you what he did. He went around to them people's house He took, they was driving an Escort, like the little sleek body Escort, probably like 2004, 5, whatever. Probably now this was like probably about 2002, 2003, slick body. You know what I'm saying? Escort, not the hatchback old school style. No, it was the newer style of Escort, right? 4-door. It was silver. He went and took that silver slug and dropped it in the gas tank. This bitch went and dropped that silver slug into these people gas tanks. Now, mind you, this was only a 3-2 house. So you know the grown folks got the house. There was a portable AC in the garage where the kids were, that's where the baby slept. They made that garage into a room. It's 7 kids in there, some in the living room on the couches, and some of the babies in the garage. You know what I'm saying? You know, black folk, we don't park in garages like that, man. That turned into a storage unit, a gym, you know what I mean? A shed, you know what I'm saying? That hold everything but the cars. And this one happened to be a bedroom. So when he blew that car up, the lady told me because she was pissed. She was ready to call them boys up from down south to come see about little buddy. For real. And I did not dispute that. Because he just got me put out my spot. So she wanted to send the cavalry. I'm like, hey, go and do what you need to do, mama. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm letting her know that his affiliation with me has no affiliation with this. But at the time, he's around looking for something to get rid of Buddy. He's looking for something right now because he already know who did it, and he around here looking for Buddy. Matter of fact, the fact that I got an opportunity to pull up, you know what I'm saying, on them kind of made me look like I ain't had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? She already knew how I get down. She know I knew all the little babies. I used to hug on them and all of them. They used to hug on me too. So I wouldn't do nothing like that. I wouldn't play with her like that. Not about no little shit like that. A couple $100, I ain't coming to do nothing like that for no couple $100. Man, you crazy. And she knew my character. She already knew that when I spoke with her, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling her, I'm just finding out. When that car blew up, the flame came into the garage when they blew that car. Bro, that car was a shell. The tires were melted. I'm like, this fucking guy is a psychopath. Like, for real. A psychopath. Give me a second, y'all. Okay. Man. So, oh man, that's wild. So I am sitting there. Hold on one second. Let me answer that. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay. That's a big tenfold. All right. So where was I? All right. So I go and see the damage that Buddy done. And I'm mortified, bro. I'm pissed. I go back. I begin which we ain't been there that long. And when we did leave, being that those townhomes were furnished, we didn't have any furniture. So the only thing we really had to move was a TV, and the gaming system and some clothes. You know what I mean? Pack them up, this, that, and the third. Then I trooped down to my mama's crib. Now, mind you, all this time, this, that, and the third, I really been moving and shaking. I wasn't really going to check on my mother like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I mentioned that. So now I pop up at the door. Now I look like, oh, when you need something, now you want to come down here. That she ain't saying that, but I can feel it in the air. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I need you. Like, open the door, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Explain to her what was going on. Like, man, it's crazy over here. She's like, why would you do that on this side? Now she's just blaming me. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. So I'm sitting there talking to her, explaining to her the situation. She's not happy with me being there. You know what I'm saying? Which I can understand wholeheartedly. She's not happy with me being there. It's all good. She ain't cool with the white black dynamic at all. No, she ain't cool with that. She ain't cool with this white girl in the house. She ain't cool with that. That's our race. She don't even play that. You know what I'm saying? At all. So we dip after about 2 days, and then I go down with Brandon. Now, mind you, that Brandon, he doesn't have the 3-2 like I had. Like I had the 3-2, like in it's a 3-2 in the back, and then it's a 1-1 lockout up front. So it's a 1-1 lockout up front and a 3-2 in the back. So there's a living room portion of the 1-1 lockout, and then around the corner there's a bedroom. Understood. So what I'm telling him, well, we come up with the bright idea of let's get this crib. Let's get a crib. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a crib. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I put my lady on it. I put her on it. She goes and handle it, goes down to Central 21, whatever the case may be. Boom, 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 boom. We go down there. He really didn't have the money for the deposit and the first month rent. I did. So I'm bringing that up. I'm bringing that point up just because it's going to come into play a little later. So I go and Mario says happy Father's Day to all the dads. Love, much love. And then we go, and I say it was like 2 weeks. So we was cramped up in that one little one, you know what I'm saying, situation for about 2 weeks. Then we end up getting that home in Legacy Park. See that white privilege get you? That white privilege get you, because it had just been just me. You know what I'm saying? Being that they say, oh, we probably can't rent to you, but they ain't got no bread. I got the bread. You know what I mean? Like, and out of all of us, I made the most. Even my side made the most. Like his girl worked, she worked at where did she work? Her name was Stephanie. I forgot where she worked. But Brandon and Stephanie, Brandon was in between jobs. You know what I'm saying? He was in between jobs because during this whole Houlihan situation, he was trying to leave because he was being overshadowed. He was being overshadowed by myself. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to leave. So we move in to the spot, and this is the spot in Legacy Park, and it's a 3-2. Master bedroom's huge. Master bathroom's huge. Pool in the back. But the ratio of the two extra rooms were very small. So what I told him to do, hold all your stuff in one room, you sleep in the other room, because he wanted the master bedroom. I'm like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Big bank take little bank. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, big bank take little bank. And I'm older than you. So I'm seniority all the way around with the paper and the age. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You know what I mean? It's you're outranked here, sir. You're outranked. You know what I mean? So I took the master, whatever the case may be. Boom. Now we in this nice, dope home right now. I mean, really dope, really quiet. Like at this time, like all the homes were built, but everybody didn't live there. It was like more of a vacation home situation. Like those would have been the first Airbnbs, because those were nice homes out there. Like nice home, very nice. So and it's gated. So you know what I'm saying? So if any foolishness, which it wasn't too much at this particular part of time of the year, or when I moved there, there wasn't too much going on besides the shit that was coming from our spot with the liquor store robberies and the cars getting exploded. Yeah. So so we leave from there. Boom. Now we're in the home and legacy part, and I'm loving it. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, I'm still on probation. So I go when my probation officer, and you know, like they watch the news just like you watch the news, you know, and my new probation officer was real. She was real cool. She was real cool. Her name was Letitia James. Very sweet lady. You know what I'm saying? She understood like her people. Actually, I tell y'all about her people. She understood about what was going on. She was from Haines City. So she know how the game is played. So she knew, talking to me, my background and the things that happened with me, you know what I mean, was just circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? So she wasn't hard on me at all. She wasn't hard on me at all. You know, matter of fact, you know, she came through to the house, do a house check, whatever the case may be. And she was impressed with the house, you know, paying $1,200 a month. You know, it's two couples in there, that's $600 a piece. So there was no question about, because she knew I had a job, you know, and she had a job. So there's no question that the rent could be paid, whatever the case may be. Now this is 2000. I'm paying $1,200 a month, and this is like 2006, 7. Yeah, like 2006, 7. So so this Rudy Poot ended up getting locked up for another robbery. They didn't get him for the liquor store robberies. They got him for another home. Like he robbed someone's home. And that was crazy because, dog, burglary of a occupied or unoccupied dwelling, the unoccupied holds 10. The occupied holds 20. See, in Florida, we got a little thing called 10-20 life. And they call them PBLs, punishable by life. Like that is, Florida is not the place. I know Texas might be harsh, and all these other southern states below the Mason-Dixon may be harsh, but my boy, Florida ain't the one to be played with. Like Florida is not to be played with when you talking about doing crimes, man. It's not the place, man. But what I've learned in this ordeal the entire time was like, as methodically as I thought I was moving, I was moving stupid, super stupid, just with my affiliations. Just with my affiliations. Like my affiliations at this time was just, it was, I believe that it was time, to be honest with you. Like I had accumulated a little bit of bread. I ain't gonna even lie, I had some snaps. You know what I mean? It's just that, you know, my affiliations, dog, I wasn't moving as smooth as I thought I was. I wasn't moving as methodically, as savvy as I should have been. Being in that new area, you know, still trying to eliminate late wells. What I should have done was take more time to learn this area, get to know people, and then continue to go to late wells, this, that, and the third. It just was, I got lazy. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was traveling all the way from Orlando to Lake Wells. Now I'm on this side. I'm living better. I'm in better surroundings. I'm getting more comfy. But really what it was is that my time was up. Real talk. My time was up. You got to know when to say when, man. Your time is up. Like there'll be signs when it's time for you to get the fuck out of Dodge. It's time for you to get lost, man. Get out of there, man, and get on about your business. You have raked the game as long as you could, my boy. And now it's time to get out the way. Y'all give me a moment. Y'all take a break, go use the bathroom, do what y'all need to do. Take a quick little break real quick, and I'll be back. Get about 5. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'm gonna throw something on for y'all real quick.
Yeah.
No. I like.
What if one night you close your eyes and woke back up when life still felt real?
Call me back home.
I ride through the most streets slow,
Windows down with the music loud.
back when we still felt close.
If time could open that door,
I never leave like before, 'cause nowadays everybody cold and nothing feels real no more. Yeah. Yeah, back when the summer nights lasted forever. Everybody outside, whole block together. Old school playing from the past in cars. Dreaming one day we become stars. Back when your people really pulled up. No filters, no flexing for attention and stuff. Just real conversation till the sunrise came. Now everybody watching but nobody engaged. I miss when the music had pain in it. Every single word had a soul within it. Now everything quick, everybody rushing. But back then life actually meant something. And maybe heaven looked a little like those days before the world changed. Oh.
if time could call me back home,
I ride through the most streets slow, windows down with the music loud. Back when we still felt close. Oh,
time could open that door.
I never leave like before, 'cause nowadays everybody cold and nothing feel real no more. Early 2000 with the fitted caps, earning CDs, make the soundtrack packs. 106 in Park after school every day. Back when culture had something to say. Now everybody chasing validation. Lost souls inside digital conversation. Funny how we got more connected, but somehow feel more disconnected. I trade all these lights for one more night. Yeah. Outside with my people under porch lights. Back when the world felt warm inside. Before everybody learned to hide. If I could rewind the clock, would I stay there forever? Or would I still come back knowing what we lost?
If time could call me back home,
I'd answer before the tone. One more ride through memory lane before the feeling gone.
time could open that door.
I'd hold on stronger than before. 'Cause somewhere inside them years we were alive for What if one night you closed your eyes and woke back up and life still felt real?
Time could call me back home. Time could call me back home.
If call me, if time could call me back home, if time could call me back home, if time could, what if one night you closed your eyes and woke back up when life still felt real? Lord, if time could call me back home, if time could call me back home, I'd ride through the motor streets slow, windows down with the music loud, back when we still felt close. If time could open that door, I never leave like before, 'cause nowadays everybody cold and nothing feel real no more. Back when the summer nights lasted forever, everybody outside, whole block together, old school playing from the past in the car, streaming one day we become stars. Back when you people really pulled up, no filters, no flexing for attention and stuff, just real conversations till the sunrise came in. Everybody watching but nobody engaged. I miss when the music had pain in it, every single word had a soul within. Everything quick, everybody rushing, but back then life actually meant something. And maybe heaven looked a little like those days before the world changed. If time could call me back home, I'd ride through them old streets slow, windows down with the music loud, back when we still felt close. If time could open that door, I'd never leave like before, 'cause nowadays everybody cold and nothing feels real no more. Back when the summer nights lasted forever, everybody outside, whole block together, old school playing from the passing cars, dreaming one day we could become stars. Back when your people really pulled up, no filters, no flexing for attention and stuff, just real conversations till the sunrise came. Now everybody watching but nobody engaged. I miss when the music had iron in it, every single word had a soul within. Now everything quick, everybody rushing, but back then life actually meant something. Maybe heaven looked a little like those days before the world changed. If time could call me back home, I'd ride through them old streets slow, windows down with the music loud, back when we still felt close. If time could open that door, I'd never leave like before, 'cause nowadays everybody cold and nothing feel real no more. Back when the summer nights lasted forever, everybody outside, whole block together, old school playing from the passing cars, dreaming one day we would become stars. Back when your people really pulled up, no filters, no flexing for catching this touch, real conversations till the sunrise came. Now everybody watching but nobody.
We back, man. Hey, man, hey, salute to all the fathers, man. Salute to all the fathers, man. Real talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs some guidance. Everybody needs some understanding. I'm gonna leave that story right there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave that story right there, and we're gonna continue that the week after next. I will be out of town next week. So story time will be postponed to the following week. But I will be back for Sean, Plugged Into the Dough with Sean Doe, definitely on Monday. I'll be back by then. Hopefully, I should be back by then. My flight comes in, I'll be out of town for, a couple of days, man. Gotta unplug, you know what I mean? Unplug from everything, you know what I'm talking about. And, we'll be right back to it that Monday, man. But that time, I'm gonna take that time to myself, you know what I'm saying, to have some fun, enjoy myself and chill. But it's something I want to share with y'all. I wrote this. And it says, from the barber chair to the microphone glow, Uncle Plug got a story that the whole world should know. Built from the struggle, molded by pain, turned every setback into fuel for the flame. He doesn't just talk, he lives what he says, walking through storms, surviving hard days. A voice for the people, authentic and true, giving real spiel wisdom when the pressure comes true. Choose wisely, act accordingly. That's the code. A lesson learned traveling life's rocky road. No filters, no gimmicks, no pretending to be, just a man standing tall in his authenticity. From the story time lessons to unpopular opinion, speaking on life from a different dominion. Plugged into the dough, conversations run deep, planting seeds of knowledge for the harvest to reap. Some doubted, some laughed, some walked away, but Uncle Plug kept grinding day after day because real ones understand success takes time and every mountain climb starts with a grind. So here's to the journey, the growth and the vision, the lessons, the losses, and the wiser decisions. A man with a purpose, a message, and a plan. Uncle Plug, proof is that perseverance builds a man. Blessings to y'all, man. Blessings to y'all, family. I really appreciate y'all tapping in. Today, tap in to 1181, 1181. What's up? What's up, Time? What's going on, my brother? Happy Father's Day to you, brother. Happy Father's Day to you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I truly appreciate y'all tapping in with your boy, man. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday, and I will be back at 2 o'clock. For no middle. I'm not no middleman, but for 1181 pressure plays from the bayou to the turf. Y'all continue having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And if you know fathers, if you are a father, if you linked up and hang out with fathers, hit your boy up, hit your partner up, hit your daddy up, hit your uncle up, hit your cousins up, and tell them boys happy Father's Day, man. Tell them happy Father's Day. Because all week, bro, all week, had the TV on, you know what I'm saying? Had the TV on all week. And bro, there was no every kiss begins with K. No, there was none of that. There was absolutely none of that this week for the fathers. They truly and utterly do not celebrate fathers, man. They just don't do it. So we have to celebrate ourselves. So I salute y'all, man. I salute y'all, man. He said, I got a prime rib on the wooded grill. On that wooded grill, two of them. I got 3 beef briskets on the grill and redoing it up to date, Plug, for showtime. That's what's happening, man. Yeah, bro. Real talk, real talk. We'll be up there today at 2 o'clock. He said there was not one Father's Day commercial whatsoever. The government wants to be her daddy. The government wants to be her partner. Not you, buddy. You better solidify your positions, man. I'm telling you, like I cannot believe it wasn't a Lowe's commercial, Home Depot, Harbor Freight. Wasn't none of that. They didn't show nothing. They absolutely showed nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, man. For real talk, man. But love y'all, man. Love y'all, man. For real, man. Y'all, hey, appreciate y'all tapping in, man. For sure, for sure. You know what I mean? I like that poem. I have to run that back. You know what I'm saying? I might have to make it kind of, you know what I mean? But from the barber chair to the microphone glow, Uncle Plug got a story the whole world should know. Built from struggle, molded by pain, turned every setback into fuel from the fame. He don't just talk, he lives what he says, walking through storms and surviving hard days. A voice for the people, authentic and true, giving real spill wisdom when the pressure comes through. Choose wisely and act accordingly. That's the code. A lesson learned from traveling life's bump on rocky road. No filters, no gimmicks, no pretending to be, just a man standing tall in his authenticity. From story time lessons to unpopular opinion, speaking on life from a different dominion, plugged into the dough, conversations run deep, planting seeds of knowledge for the harvest to reap. Some doubted, some laughed, some walked away, but Uncle Plug kept grinding day after day, because real ones understand success takes time and every mountain climb starts with a grind. So here's to the journey, the growth and the vision, the lessons, the losses, and the wiser decisions. A man with a purpose, a message, and a plan. Uncle Plug, proof that perseverance builds a man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What we black men have to do is still rise. They are looking for our downfall, but we can't give them what they want. We got to take control of our community. For sure, my brother. Without a doubt, without a doubt, without a doubt. Without a doubt, without a doubt, without a doubt, man. But I say, man, look, man, hope you hey, you gotta know, you know what I mean, where everything is going in your life, man. You gotta be on a path and a purpose. Hey, if any young cats we get to watch this on the rewatch, man, any young cats, please build yourself up. Have yourself moving in the direction that you need to be. I think we all are dating too soon. I think we need to focus and home in on oneself. Get your car, get your truck, get it paid off, have everything in your life situated so you can be able to be in a position to take care of the next person that's going to come into your life. That person that's going to come into your life, and y'all can build something. But make sure you're moving in the right direction, because everybody is having babies too soon. Everybody is jumping into relationships too soon and unseasoned. You got to get some know-how, man. You got to know how to navigate this world. You got to live a little bit so you can know a little bit, so you can raise that child, man, and give them the information that they need and be a pillar in their life. You know what I mean? Like, y'all don't need to grow together. You need to already be on your way to being grown on your own, handling your business before you start anything. You know, having children is a great responsibility. It's a wonderful responsibility, but it's a great responsibility, and it's not easy. And these days, villages don't exist. It's rare. So a small percentage of villages existing. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, and understand and learn how to treat a woman, how to navigate, and how to be a man, how to take control of your home, how to take, control the temperature. You know, it's like I told y'all, the way you see it is a iron fist with a velvet glove. It's an iron fist with a velvet glove. And you got to understand that's how it rolls. You got to understand that how it moves. Gather you some wisdom before anything. Gather you some wisdom before anything. Gather you some scars, some bumps, some bruises before you get into this. And that's why I feel like you're so emotional. You're so easily hurt, because you're jumping straight off the porch into a situation that is too grown for you. Situations and relationships are different these days. Your climate is different these days. You have social media to battle with. You have constant media, just constant media, situations pending all the time. I want to give you guys something. Man, to take with you. Give me a moment, please. Listen close.
Was sketched out on 8 pages by one man. It's called the Powell Memo. And once you know it exists, prepare to be uncomfortable. His name was Lewis Powell. He was a 63-year-old corporate attorney from Richmond, Virginia. He sat on the board of Philip Morris, the tobacco company, and spent years arguing in public that cigarettes did not cause cancer. He represented American corporations. He was a fixture of the Virginia establishment. And on August 23, 1971, he wrote a confidential memo to his friend Eugene Snyder at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The memo was titled Attack on the Free American Enterprise System. It was marked confidential, which means it wasn't meant for the public. So fast forward 2 months. Richard Nixon nominated Lewis Powell to the United States Supreme Court. The memo wasn't disclosed during his confirmation hearings. The Senate never saw it. The American public never saw it. Powell was sworn in as a Supreme Court justice in January 1972, 6 months after writing a private plan for corporate America to take over the country. The memo opens with a warning, right? No thoughtful person can question that the American economic system is under attack. Powell argued that business was losing the universities, losing the media, losing the younger generation, losing the courts. And the only way to reverse it was a coordinated multi-decade plan funded by corporations to take back every institution that shaped American opinion. The language in the memo is the language of war. Let's call a spade a spade. He used the words frontal assault, warfare, rifle shots, guerrilla warfare. He underlined the word survival. He said that corporate America had to abandon compromise and appeasement. Now, this plan had 4 parts. 1, capture the universities, fund scholars, endow chairs, monitor textbooks, pressure faculty. 2, capture the media, surveil television content.
Now, pay attention. And this is why I tell you, you got to protect your home and you got to protect your family, and you got to put a nest egg away. You got to have your finances situated at all costs and at all times. I'm telling you, because this is exactly the plan.
Produce counter programming, build new press favorable to corporate interests. Hello? Are you listening? 3, capture the courts. He wrote directly that the judiciary may be the most important instrument for change. Fund strategic litigation, build legal organizations, get corporate-friendly judges on the bench. 4, capture the political system, build lobbying arms, create political action committees, spend on elections at a scale that nobody's ever done before. Seriously, that was the plan. 8 pages of that bullshit, written in a matter of weeks. So here's what happened in the decade after the memo was written. 1972, the Business Roundtable was formed, a lobbying organization of Fortune 500 CEOs. 1973, the Heritage Foundation was formed with seed money from Joseph Coors. 1973, the American Legislative Exchange Council was formed. That's the organization that writes model legislation, which gets copy-pasted into state legislatures, stand your ground laws, voter ID laws, anti-protest laws, right-to-work laws, literally all of it, drafted by corporate lobbyists in a conference room, then handed to state legislatures to introduce. 1977, the Cato Institute, founded with Koch money. 1977, the Chamber of Commerce National Litigation Center, now the most successful corporate advocacy group in Supreme Court history. 1978, the Manhattan Institute. 1982, the Federalist Society. That's the organization that controls the conservative judicial pipeline. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Every single one of those organizations was a direct descendant of the Powell memo. In 1971, there were 175 corporations, right? By 1982, there were over 2,400, 2,400. But I said all that. Here's the part that should stop you in your tracks, though. In 1978, 6 years after he was sworn in, Lewis Powell wrote the majority opinion in a Supreme Court case called the First National Bank of Boston versus Bellotti. That case is the first one that established that corporations have First Amendment rights, the right to spend money influencing elections. Let that sit for a second, right? You can't make this shit up. The same man who wrote a private blueprint for corporate America to take over this country then went to the Supreme Court and wrote the ruling that legalized corporate political spending. He handed them the weapon he had designed in secret 7 years earlier. In 2010, the Supreme Court decided Citizens United v. FEC was going to be the ruling that opened the floodgates for unlimited corporate money in American elections. The Citizens United majority opinion cited Powell's 1978 ruling over and over again, which means the case that broke American democracy in 2010 was built on the same foundation poured by a man who designed the entire plan in a private memo in 1971. So I just want you to take a minute to think about everything you've ever seen break in your lifetime. Unions, public schools, local newspapers, state legislatures, the Supreme Court. Think about every time you've wondered why this country keeps moving in one direction, no matter who gets elected. Now understand this. The people who built the machine that did that to you handed each other a memo in 1971. They passed it around corporate boardrooms. They funded the think tanks. They endowed the chairs. They built the courts. They trained the judges. They wrote the laws for 54 years. While most of us were just trying to live, they were executing a plan. So no, it's not you. You were never behind in an argument. You were playing a game that somebody else had already finished designing. I got nothing. Yeah, I got no more words.
Thank you to Ashley, the Baroness, for this spiel. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. But I'm gonna leave y'all with that, man. And take care of your homes, man. It seems as if I'm frozen right now. Okay, but you guys take care of your homes, take care of your children, take care of your situation. Make sure you take care of your, your finances. Make sure you store up your acorns and get ready for what's coming. Because when I start thinking about what's coming in the next couple of years, it's going to be crucial. And it all stemmed from a document confidentially sent to another in 1971. It's 2026. This game has been played for a long time, and you had no clue that it was going on. You only assumed. They don't like the truth. You right in too deep. And that's why fathers are so important. And that's why I salute the fathers. I'm around men every day. I cut men every day. I cut young men every day and little boys every day. And I'm trying to tell you, like, you have to guard yourself, be protected, think smart, choose wisely, and act accordingly. I thank you guys for tuning in this week. Stay tuned for 1181. Pressure plays from the bayou to the turf with me and my brother Souls. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Father's Day. Be safe, stay dangerous, choose wisely, and act accordingly. I am Uncle Plugg, and this has been Storytime number 8.